Now, right at the top of the hour, once again, this is News Tonight at 10. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mpango. Straight away into the bulletin. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has reaffirmed NRM government's commitment towards pacification of Karamoja sub-region as a key driver to development of the area. President has made this commitment on his first day of the campaign trail in Karamoja sub-region at a public rally held Friday afternoon in Abim district.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has kicked off Karamoja sub-region presidential campaign trail from Abim district. The Friday 24th October 2025 campaign rally has convened at Abim Primary School grounds in Abim Town Council.
Help him to do all that you have put before him.
Good Lord, we pray as NRM shows up again at this time. Good Lord, we pray for all the candidates of NRM.
The president received the welcoming remarks from Abim District NRM chairperson.
The longest period of sustained peace and security has been the 40 years of NRM rule.
The local leadership report highlighted some of the steps taken towards developing and service delivery in Abim District.
The water infrastructures and services have more than improved during the last 40 years.
According to Karamoja leaders, all of their trust and support belongs to NRM candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni come 2026.
For us, the people of Abim, we promise, as usual, we are going to give you the vote, this time like never before.
Your Excellency, it is only through your leadership that Karamoja got to be known to the rest of the country, to the rest of the world.
According to the leaders, the disarmament of Karamojongs have been a step towards pacification of the area.
The voice of their president, the one who has protected them, who has made them now to sleep in their house.
The NRM felt very sad for the suffering of the Karamojong. In Akapipirit, there was a woman who had been married to 9 husbands and they had all died. That's why the NRM said the gun must get out of the population.
According to the president, over 41,000 guns were recovered during the disarmament process.
When we defeated Amin in 1980, his army was 20,000. But you hear now, in Karamoja, we removed 41,000 guns. This was suicide.
And this has since then aided the population increase and development of the area, according to Museveni.
When I came here, 1979, the whole population of Karamoja was 190,000. But when I see here in the file, you are now 144,000 in Labor alone. The whole of Karamoja, you are now more than 1.5 million. The population has gone up more than 10 times. Why? Because there has been less charm for atom. The gun has been eating few people now.
The president also further noted as of today, Karamoja has been lighted and now on a takeoff stage.
But also the electricity. That's how we were able to do the electricity from Konakilak, Patongo, up to here. I think it has even got to Kotido.
The president says the above milestone is a key testament to NRM's continuity.
So that's why the first point of contribution to Uganda by NRM has been Kuch. And we were able to do it because of good politics.
To improve connectivity, service delivery and livelihoods, Museveni has pledged more work on grounds.
Tamakingirira, Achampi, Abim Road, Tamaki, Moroto, Abim, Omoro, Guru Road, that one there, which they call Moroto Road.
In the closing session of the rally, President Museveni received converts from NUP.
Thank you, youth. Thank you, the people of Abim.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Poor road network and the need for a better healthcare system dominated the Alliance for National Transformation and presidential candidate General Montu's presidential campaigns in Toro sub-region. During his campaign stops in Chegegwa and Chenjojo districts, residents expressed frustration of poor service delivery, neglect and corruption, which has hindered service delivery in their areas of residence.
General Montu, the Alliance for National Transformation ANT candidate, kicked off his campaigns in Toro sub-region in Apuyo Town Council, Chegegwa district, gaining support for his 2026 presidential bid. General Montu declared the state of Kaluguza to Apuyo Road, which poses significant challenge to transportation.
No, n'abantu kokuta amani omukutungura abantu okatungura abahingi okatungura abarisa okatungura abajubi okatungura abashubuzi okatungura obukorero ihango no bari yagerata yatunguka abo kuba no basa kugira nkatamaka engute za Chegegwa zone no basa kuzitera tamaka omuntu nabasa kuchirwa nkentungu koko shanje arutama ko mburuguto rwona koko shanje abantu bari yaboro namazibaniga tibazo.
Montu blamed the voters for always making wrong choices during elections and advised them this time around to vote for transparent leaders into leadership.
Mshabakaro mashoboro nyokindi mwichiriza muncho nditindi kwabaye tugenda ebintu ntubishobora bareba aho gatare kizibe kiri mu ihango ati ekiri kubaho muri abibura ryase no ebizibu byona okubura kore nguto okubura mbazo marwaro emirimo kubura abahinje kurra abariza bakarra abashu bakarra nichuruka omukintu cyabar kwiba sente.
From Apuyo, General Montu proceeded to Kakabala in Chegegwa town.
Ika hariyo kiza kuripoti ngo mushango gwa bagumana bakureba n'icyo owa hababera nakusingita fa amatafari kamwenda gona rugakusingiza abo ko namanyo mu office muriya rero police yitu bambe tata musasire nyo nakigamba mutengamire na beshengereza na president kwakwija nkesha yedi nyo mwanda mu mwakazinda
marwaro abakasi bafa abakasi benda amasomero kabakatatimbura.
Residents feel that leaders prioritize personal gains over serving the community.
Mushango gwawe mazima bakwereka ngo iwe no banza bakureberera namwe makoko kunjire nkito rero ati mweshi wo jire nkito riya yavire era ngo nitimbarandi ati mwe numushikana kare.
Responding to their concerns, General Montu promised to solve the infrastructure problem if voted as the next president of Uganda.
Amashomero g'abamarungi abantu bagira ibyo kujumbura koza amageza guranga yabahere twabatamusente bandera kora ibintu rero abantu abatarihitaka batunga ki emerimo.
The ANT presidential candidate also made stopovers at Ribale, Chenjojo Town Council, where he engaged his supporters and gaining support for his presidential bid. Haruna Mtesasila, UBC News.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged graduates to become ambassadors in the fight against corruption and contribute positively to the national development. This message was delivered by the Vice President Jessica Lupo at the 21st graduation ceremony of Bishop Stewart University. Let's hear more in this report.
A total of 1,660 students graduated in various academic disciplines, including 2 PhDs, 134 master's degrees, 205 postgraduate diplomas, 753 bachelor's degrees, 433 diplomas, and 133 certificates.
I implore everyone who has an opportunity and a capacity to study to proceed, keep studying, keep acquiring knowledge and apply it to uplift the standards of our country, of our communities where we live.
Bishop Stewart University Vice-Chancellor Professor John Mugisha advised the graduates to embrace entrepreneurship and start with the small resources they have to create multiple income streams.
Employability is not just about securing a job. It's about being adaptable, continuously learning and developing the skills necessary to stay relevant. Critical thinking, effective communication, teamwork and digital literacy are now essential competencies.
The University Chancellor, Right Reverend Associate Professor Sheldon Mwesugwa, commended the government for its continued support to the university. He noted that the government had funded the construction of a 4-storied science laboratory building with 7.8 billion shillings to enhance research and innovation.
We extend appreciation for your generous contribution towards the establishment of the new science laboratory. We have 7.5 billion, which was given to us by government. Abazire mushobora kusima government abokubera university private konka president government bakakwata sente billion mushanu bazituhereza mbwenu wotasimire nobolyati.
The Vice President, Jessica Alupo, who represented President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at this graduation, reiterated government's commitment to continuously improving the education sector.
Government is fully committed to improving the education sector at all levels, and I urge all stakeholders to participate in its growth and well-being for the benefit of all Ugandans.
Relatedly, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has appointed Professor Jack Mwogi Nyeko as the new Chancellor of Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
And he is given the mandate by the President of the country of Uganda to award or confer the academic degrees. So on Saturday, we shall also receive our new Chancellor, who is none other than Professor Jack Mwogi Nyeko.
Professor Nyeko, 77 years, is the former Vice-Chancellor of Gulu University and will succeed Professor Charles Mark Orange, who served in the position since 2017.
So I want to invite you all to both ceremonies, the swearing-in ceremony, as well as the graduation ceremony.
According to Mbarara University of Science and Technology Vice-Chancellor Professor Pauline Byakika, the new Chancellor will be officially installed on Saturday during the university's 32nd graduation ceremony to be held at the main campus in Kihumuro, Mbarara City.
Including those graduating with PhDs, where we have a total of 30 PhDs. We have those graduating with master's degrees, and those graduating with bachelor's degrees, and some with diplomas.
I want to advise those that are going to be traveling using the Uganda road that taxi stage will not be there for matters of convenience.
The government of Uganda has stepped up efforts to implement the Greater Kampala Master Plan, an integrated urban development strategy aimed at guiding the city's growth and addressing major urban challenges such as congestion, flooding and poor infrastructure. Now, the plan, which will run from 2024 to 2050, seeks to transform the Kampala metropolitan area into a modern, well-coordinated urban region.
During an interministerial meeting held at the office of the Prime Minister, the Minister for Local Government, Raphael Magezi, emphasized the importance of the master plan in shaping the future of Kampala and surrounding cities.
Participation of the people in the redevelopment of their town is critical. People need to understand exactly where we're taking them in the next 20, 25 years. This is 2025. By 2050, we're talking of a city, a metropolitan city that is modern, that is well developed, that has railways and...
He further revealed that the Greater Kampala Master Plan will soon be presented to Cabinet, ensuring that all government ministries actively participate in its progress and execution.
Bring on board the councils. Just as we're saying now from here, the plan is ready for cabinet. Yes, because we ministers must make sure that we understand it and then we present it to Parliament. But also the councils have challenged our technical people, the CAOs, the town clerks, the engineers, the planners. Make sure that you take time to explain it to the councillors, the district leaders.
In a related development, the Minister for Public Service, Munuri Mukasa, called for the inclusion of the agriculture sector within the master plan. Mukasa noted that, although the plan focuses on infrastructure, agriculture remains a vital component of livelihoods within the Greater Kampala area and should therefore not be overlooked.
Little plan, they're shiny, they're this and that, but there's that element of green, the green, and it is necessary to have the Ministry of Agriculture coming in as one of the stakeholders, but I was saying yes, water, the environment, whatever. Those will be the list of the interministerial.
As government moves forward with the implementation of the Greater Kampala Master Plan, the emphasis remains on inclusive planning, accountability, and sustainable urban growth. The initiative is expected to transform Kampala into a well-organized, resilient, and livable metropolitan region by the year 2050.
And the projects are not only going to be delivered by Ministry of Kampala alone. It is all the MDAs operating in the GKMA. It is a high-level plan. And after the master plan, we're going to develop the detailed plans.
Rebecca Natongo, Ivan Joko, UBC News.
Now happenings with local government. The Ministry of Local Government has convened district communication officers for a capacity building workshop aimed at enhancing their skills and addressing challenges affecting service delivery. Speaking at the workshop, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, Amina Zawede, said the engagement is intended to improve government communication systems and ensure effective dissemination of information to the public.
All activities. Communication officers from various districts gathered to be sensitized about emerging trends in communication, including digital platforms, while also sharing challenges and proposing solutions. The officers raised concerns such as lack of modern communication equipment, inadequate funding, and limited access to update technologies, which hinder their ability to execute their duties effectively.
For example, not having the tools, computers or smartphones that they need to be able to capture information and content, even pictures and all this. The government is going to cater for that and budget for that.
Amina Zawede emphasized that such agreements are timely, assuring officers that the government is committed to improving timely and accurate information flow to citizens.
But when it comes to reporting facts, if you know that a road was launched, if you know that a number of teachers were recruited, if you know that a number of schools were set up or hospitals, then you have to talk about these facts. You don't have to wait for approval from the Permanent Secretary to be able to communicate this. As government, we just need to reprioritize and understand the importance of communication for us to be able to budget and plan for it, but the funds for communication have been availed.
Minister of Local Government Permanent Secretary Benjamin Komumanya noted that communication officers are the mouthpiece of government and urged them to take responsibility in effectively communicating government programs and policies.
And we are discussing with them, encouraging them, and also challenging them that we want to see them capturing content in service delivery docket and propagating it for the consumption. Just examples. So I want them to be on the front line to capture information and inform the general public.
To further improve communication efficiency, government recently introduced a 3 to 5 year rotation program for communication officers. This is intended to eliminate information silos and promote innovation in government communication between the state and its citizens. Rebecca Natongo, Annette Sana, UBC News.
The Minister for Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, has inspected the ongoing rehabilitation works on the MV Kawa which has been docked at Port Bell, Luzidas, since November 2024. The vessel, whose current rehabilitation progress now stands at over 90%, is expected to undergo sail testing in mid-November.
We want to maximize the Lake Victoria as a mode of transport for bringing and out imports and exports. And already we have seen that the route is productive, because we already see companies like roofing which are highly using this route to Mwanza and also Kisumu. Our feeling is that possibly in the future, for example, if we have these vessels highly reliable, then we could even think of getting off most of the fuel tankers off the road, and we bring most of the fuel by water, because it will be far safer and cheaper. So we'll be encouraging the fuel companies to look at this possibility of using our vessels to bring in the fuel.
As you are aware, we are promoting multimodal transport, and water transport is the cheapest means of transport within the region. And once this vessel is done with rehabilitation, it will be able to evacuate the cargo as well from Mwanza up to Port Bell here in Uganda. So I would like to call upon our customers that yes, we are back. URC is in transformation path. We are ready to be able to move the cargo.
So we have fixed many things, from engine room to the deck to the wheelhouse to all the areas, including doing all the rescue boats and the other life-saving equipments and the navigational equipments. So it encompasses the whole of the ship in terms of the rehabilitation. But this ship is now very good to go. We just wait for some bits and bits to finish, and the surveyor to give the go-ahead to sail it off.
And I'm seeing the ship now is moving.
Rehabilitation almost complete there. Now, on a sad note, the body of a fallen Angela Namirembe has been laid to rest in Buama Town Council, PG District. Angela was a famous upcoming politician who left a short-lived legacy in promoting the spirit of democracy in Uganda. The late Namirembe has been described as an unifier, having been part of the leadership of various political parties in Uganda.
This week, politicians, especially the opposition, were left in shock after a young upcoming lawyer and politician, Angela Namirembe, died in a fatal accident along Kampala-Mukono Highway. Angela has been buried at her ancestral village in Buama Town Council, Jalamba Parish, in PG District. A prayer mass was led by Father William Sentamu, who preached against corruption, challenging the youth on the legacy of the late Angela.
When you start procrastinating, it never happens. So you have to start immediately. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. You must start.
Angela's career gained momentum, having rubbed shoulders with top lawyers in Uganda, including Elias Lukwago, Sam Muizi, among others.
So, thank you so much for seeing Namirembe off. It is a pity that the whole of the Democratic Party is not here.
The late gained fame in activism for social rights and justice and had inspired many youths into the political field.
Ekereziya tufiiriddwa member wa parliament eyandibadde era omuteeketeeka obulungi.
Political leaders led by Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago and Mukono Municipality MP Betty Bachireke Namboze described the late as a unifier.
Era mu activism bintu byakoze
ab'emyaka egyaffe n'abasingawo bangi be batannabakola ye mu myaka embi byakoze lwakuba nti yamanya nti with activism toba na boundary ya kala ekyo mukitwale. Yes, kale ekibiina kyo kibawo nga identity.
Ndwawo nnyo okukkiriza abapoliisi bagambye nti emmotoka eyatomera Angela yava Congo. Tineyali agivuga yali mu Congo.
After attaining bachelor's degree in economics at Chambogo University and a diploma in law at LDC, Angela died while pursuing bachelor's degree in law at Uganda Christian University, Mukono. Her burial in Buama debunks controversy over her family history, which had made rounds on various media. A man was recorded claiming parenthood of Angela, criticizing wife Angela Nabiseri of hiding the truth from him for 27 years.
Nengamba afudde nze omwana wange oyo abadde ajja okunkolera buli kimu ekyo mu maaso naye Mukama Katonda amuwe ekiwummulo eky'emirembe.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
May her soul rest in eternal peace. Now happenings with National Sugar Council. The Ministry of Trade has hosted the inauguration of Uganda's first National Sugar Stakeholders Council at a tripartite body comprising sugar growers, millers and government representatives. This development follows a recent amendment of the Sugar Act 2025, amended and designed to address long-standing industry challenges and regulate sector activities more transparently.
I, Santa Joyce, the case where I will.
One critical issue that triggered the amendment and formulation of the council was the unfair exclusion of growers from decision-making, leading to disputes over pricing, licensing and levy deductions.
For example, the group that I represent, which includes Kenyara Sugar, Ahoima Sugar and Kiedum, we do not do a 5% trash deduction. We have never done it. I know others do it, and I think there's clear guidance that that 5% trash deduction needs to go away.
The Council's mandate is to oversee compliance with the Sugar Act, mediate conflict and promote coordinated growth in the industry.
Some of the challenges we have are with the pricing. We feel that the prices are very low compared to the output of the cane. We have some challenges with transportation, so those are issues that we are going to harmonize since we have millers and we have farmers on the council.
The council is chaired by Mr. Rajbir Singh Rai. Other members include Robert Atugonza, Elizabeth Mbeiza, Santa Joyce Lakar, Budugo Isa, Mayur Moljibai Madvani, Milan Dobaria, Ashish Monpara, Dr. Swidik Mugerwa, Ramadan Gobi from the Ministry of Finance, and Lynette B. Bagonza as the Council Secretary from the Ministry of Trade.
Yeah, so we congratulate you, we thank you for the contribution, because now the sugar industry is contributing. We are producing 700,000 metric tons of sugar, and out of this, 450,000 is being consumed internally, and 250 is being exported.
As mandated by law, the Council represents all key players, providing a platform for collective decision-making and industry regulation aimed at resolving past disputes and growing Uganda's sugar sector economically.
What is expected of them is to be able themselves to regulate themselves as a private sector, not a government imposing on them, because they know the sector and they are the ones who produce sugar.
This council is vital for ensuring transparency, fair participation and fostering sustainable development within the sugar industry, a major contributor to Uganda's agricultural GDP and employment. Wadulo Arnoldmark for UBC News in Kampala.
In the area of human trafficking, the high cost of repatriation tickets for Ugandan victims of human trafficking stranded in India remains a major concern, leaving many, especially women, unable to return home although the Ugandan government established amnesty arrangements with the government of India to facilitate the return of victims, implementation gaps are still existing.
The National Drug Authority has been undertaking special operations targeting theft of government drugs.
Lance Corporal Jimmy.
A survivor of human trafficking, names withheld, narrates her ordeal. She says she was lured to India with promises of greener pastures after struggling in Uganda's harsh economic conditions. This was revealed during the Uganda-India Bilateral Symposium on Human Trafficking, organized by the Salvation Army in partnership with Red Hope, which brought together various stakeholders to develop solutions to the vice.
With the aim of bringing government so that we can help the Ugandans and even people of other nationalities, especially Ugandans who are in India, to see to it that we can bring them back home.
Now, the issue of Africans being trafficked to India is just not accounted. There is no statistic about it. Nobody cares about it. Everybody knows that it exists, but nobody is highlighting or wanting to do something about it because there are a lot of internal social injustice that we are dealing with.
Despite government efforts to curb human trafficking, experts note that the crime remains rampant because it's highly organized and transnational.
So the perpetrators of this crime are normally very intelligent in the way they execute their mission.
Parliament enacted the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act, which sought to create offences, prosecute and punish offenders, and prevent the vice from occurring in and through Uganda.
Stakeholders have tasked both governments to establish practical and enforceable bilateral agreements and policies while increasing sensitization in communities on the dangers of human trafficking.
Without forgetting domestic trafficking, what perpetuates domestic trafficking? We have a national action plan. Is it resourced? No. We have an awareness strategy for trafficking in persons. Is it resourced? We have SOPs for investigating and prosecuting trafficking. Is it resourced? No.
Government, you have the power to criminalize traffickers, but traffickers are so much protected than the victims.
It is time we collaborate together to end this and make India and Uganda an example of a trafficking-free country.
The Uganda-India Bilateral Symposium on Human Trafficking was held under the theme Fostering Collaboration, Strengthening Resilience, and Shaping a Safer Future. Rebecca Nantongo for UBC News.
National Drug Authority has conducted an operation in Sembabule and arrested UPDF officer Lance Corporal Jimmy Kisembo working at the Kabamba Military Health Center with over 150,000 doses of ARVs stolen from the same facility.
The National Drug Authority has been undertaking special operations targeting theft of government drugs.
Lance Corporal Jimmy Kisembo was intercepted at a private house in Mpumu, the trading center, Mukore Parish in Sembabule district, where he was found in possession of the stolen drugs. During the same operation, NDA arrested Musoke Mai, an enrolled nurse in charge of Makore Health Center 2, who had stolen 3,000 doses of antimalarials and 12,500 malaria testing kits that she had moved to the same private house.
While addressing the press, NDA spokesperson said over 180,000 doses of ARVs were recovered and the suspects were taken to police for further investigation.
After arrest, our team was able to verify from hospital records and managed to link the recovered ARVs, antimalarials and malaria testing kits with with the military hospital and health center store documents.
The two suspects will be charged with possession of classified government drugs and illegal possession of government stores.
Documents that has made our investigations complete.
The National Drug Authority has appreciated unreserved support from security forces who aided the easy access to military stores where stolen ARVs were picked.
And in the last 6 years, we've been able to recover government stolen drugs worth over 13 billion Uganda shillings and arrested more than 60 suspects, including 40 health officials, a soldier, a police officer, and these arrests have led to several sentencing, including the most recent being of Chivalia Ronald Ntusewa, a former drug dispenser at Kayunga Hospital.
The public has been urged to remain vigilant and report any suspected drug-related theft. Lydia Chomkama and Joseph Muyingo, UBC News.
And improving on child health, the Child Health and Development Center at Makerere University has graduated 65 professionals in various fields of child health and development, with a call for men to take greater responsibility in raising their children. The graduates, who have been trained in research, academia, non-governmental work and professional child health practice, were urged to apply their skills to promote responsible parenting and strengthening community-based child welfare programs.
The graduation ceremony, the Deputy Mufti, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa, expressed concern over the growing trend of men abandoning their parental duties, leaving the burden of child upbringing to women.
The collaboration with Makerere University, specifically the Child Health and Development Center, became not just valuable, but essential. Acting on a recommendation from the Ministry and Child Health Development Center was tasked with a mission to support the design and development of parenting course to build the capacity of practitioners across the country.
They noted that this challenge continues to undermine efforts to nurture balanced family environments and healthy child development.
Parents are absent, especially the fathers. So more responsibility are now coming to women who are already burdened with roles and responsibilities, trying to make ends meet, looking for an income. And of course, that has created a vacuum within our families. So we need the fathers back into the families, playing a critical role of parenting.
The program was designed to address the lack of skilled professionals with the right competencies and mindset needed to support quality parenting and early childhood care in Uganda.
So we have given these professionals a new tool. We have retooled them with skills to design programs that work. These are programs that are based on principles of scientific rigor. In other words, they can now apply systematic approaches to designing interventions and to scaling them up. So these are a resource for the government, for the country at large.
This program under Makerere University College of Health Sciences focuses on advancing research, training and community interventions that improve child and family well-being.
So Makerere University partnered with the Ministry of Gender and Labor and Social Development in trying to standardize and develop parenting programs to support organizations which support families with parenting. To train them so that parenting is organized and training programs are standardized so that they deliver to achieve and improve the outputs of children.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The Ministry of Education and Sports, working with Human Capital Africa, have embarked on a sensitization of education managers on the modalities of implementation and foundation learning framework. The exercise intends to enhance literacy rate and improve the implementation competence-based education.
The engagement of education stakeholders on the Foundation Learning Education Scheme was organized by the Ministry of Education and Sports at the Civil Service College in Jinja. The exercise intends to evaluate the performance of Foundation Learning project being piloted in PG and Kitgum districts.
Foundational learning is not only the bedrock of education, it is also the foundation of national development. When children master the basics early, they are more likely to stay in school, transition successfully, and contribute meaningfully to society.
We normally emphasize formative assessment for learning, but we are having a challenge where we have made our learning examination oriented to the extent that I hear some nursery schools these days giving learners who are joining preschool exams.
Ministry of Education and Sports initiated the scheme with support from Human Capital Africa at lower community level with focus of influencing early child education. The Community and Parents Teachers Association are critical in this arrangement.
So what we advise is that we give more attention to the foundation learning, P1, P2, P3, we give all the attention it needs so that the children don't struggle when they get into upper primary. So you have children by the age of 10, they are able to read with meaning, so that you have children that don't drop out of school, but they go into school and become citizens that are able to function in the society.
The teachers' ratio in Ugandan schools is not matching dynamic education environment. These want Education Ministry to improve on the number of students and their motivation packages.
Is the level of commitments of teachers and the teaching learning materials. And now we are trying to look at all this as a barrier that hinders the effectiveness of the foundation learning.
You are a teacher, you have 400 learners. You are supposed to teach and assess. Where will you get the time to assess the 400 learners? Even if the test is continuous assessment, but even if you are a supernatural being, can you assess them continuously? No. The answer is no.
Foundation learning provides the essential building blocks for lifelong success in academics, career and personal development. It develops fundamental skills like literacy, numeracy, communication and critical thinking. Kumagum Rogers for UBC.
Pearl Bank Uganda's Wendy digital wallet has partnered with Total Energy Marketing and Services to ease cashless payment at fuel stations across the country. The new service will allow motorists to pay for fuel, gas, car servicing and make shop purchases at Total stations directly from their Wendy mobile wallet, with transactions limits ranging from as low as 500 shillings up to 5 million shillings per payment.
The rollout of dealer stations is already underway and is expected to be fully completed by the end of November 2025. Customers will be able to transact using either a QR code or a merchant code, with funds instantly debited from the Wendy wallet and credited to the Total Energies merchant account. While customer wallets are capped at a 20 million shilling balance, merchant accounts have no limit. Speaking at the launch, Pearl Bank Chief Financial Officer Peter Senyange said the partnership demonstrates Wendy's commitment to expanding seamless digital financial access. He added that beyond payments, Wendy users also earn 10% interest per year on savings, one of the most competitive breads on the market, a move aimed at strengthening Uganda's serving culture.
This is part of the journey that we are taking to democratize financial services to people at the bottom. The beauty with Wendy is that you can use it even when you're already on any other mobile platform. You don't have to be a customer of Power Bank. All you need is a phone number, a NIN number, and your mobile phone. And you can use both smartphone and what's called a future phone.
Total Energy's finance manager, Joseph Wachuli, said the partnership aligns with the company's drive for innovation, sustainability and customer convenience, giving motorists faster and safer alternatives to cash.
To us, this partnership with Power Bank is more than technology. It's about empowering the everyday Ugandan to conveniently afford our high-quality products and services through sustainable financial solutions.
Wendy is free. Your fuel will not be charged any extra amount. Exactly as you have it on your mobile device. That is exactly how much you will charge. Today Wendy is spread all over Uganda. Any station in Uganda under Total, you can use Wendy to pay for your fuel.
To access Wendy, first-time users can dial *229# or download the Wendy app and register using their national ID and NIN before transacting. Sandra Kahonde, Robert Katamba, News Tonight.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
To get the power to win. Njagala ofune lyanyi. Nyofune lyanyi okuwangula ogenda kuwangula ota. Ngenda kubanga obukadde 10 buli wiki. Wanchi ngenda kubanga kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki ku simu ye nyinyi kyabonka kimu kyokka. Line ya MTN bana beka. Buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula. Nja kwese Momo. Mubulira buli ogenda okusasula. Ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa Momo. Oyinza okubanga ngenda kwewola ka sente kozesa Momo. Wanchi ogenda kuinvestinga kozesa Momo. Abo MTN weja amanyi. Nekuwa obukadde 10 buli wiki. Castello bimala bwe pala wentandika ngamba kyekiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tenze tirinyi halo walirudawa zendi gulu halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyiga ma computer nenkuta awa namwe kasana benesi okuberanga mwana wote koze ebintu n'amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa Momo. Remember to dial *165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
On the business desk, Government of Uganda has introduced a new wave of mechanization to boost the country's sector that was relying on the hoe and plow. The initiative is piloted in Amuru district, operating wealth creation. Chief Coordinator General Salim Saleh told UBC that he supports local farmers by promoting mechanization in the area.
Working the soils with a traditional farm tool. The whole has always yielded poor returns for the farmer. Government is answering through Operation Wealth Creation to utilize available chunks of land in Amuru district. Mechanized agriculture in Amuru district has created a shift in agricultural production. Investors are in mechanized activity at various farms. The government of Uganda, led by His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, has enabled investors to participate in agriculture. In the commercial ventures, Terra Agri Farms, Asri Agriculture Limited, display potential of mechanized agriculture in Amuru district. They use modern machinery for planting, harvesting and spraying large acreages of maize, rice, soybean.
This tractor is going, your work is easy for commercial because this planter have every day 40 to 60 acre plant rice, even soya, even maize. Planting like rice have a 9 kilometer per hour is going, and mostly have your land is clear and prepared line is like a carpet.
Today is a rice planting day at Terra Agri Solutions. A rice seed planter automates the sowing of rice seeds. Rice seeds are placed in the seed hopper, which holds and feeds the seeds into the distribution system. Fertilizers are also loaded into the second container. During planting, the movement of the planter's ground wheels activate the seed metering mechanism to dispense seeds. This is another farm in Amuru district where soybean harvesting is mechanized. A combined harvester automates reaping, threshing and winnowing into a single operation. The cleaned soybean then falls into the sieves. When the grain tank is full, the harvested beans transfer into a waiting grain cart or truck. In the meantime, the seeds that remain in the harvested area are left to the community to gather and sell to earn a living. This creates a good relationship with the villagers. After the harvesting process, then seed storage. At Asili Agriculture Farm are seed storage silos, durable containers designed to protect and preserve seed quality from moisture, pests and temperature fluctuations. This is mechanized soybean storage.
When the grain is harvested from all our fields, is brought here, we clean and then store it in our different storage points, which are those silos. Then later on, when time reaches to take the products to the market, we remove it and clean it, then bag it, and then export it to our different markets in South Sudan, in Kenya, in Rwanda, and even other buyers within Mandela Miller's World Food Program. The government of Uganda, that is led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, is looking at mechanizing agriculture to all farmers. Now, this is being done through the Operation Wealth Creation led by Saleh, where all the farmers are now on the step of being supported to do mechanized agriculture.
Mechanized agriculture is a requirement for local farmers as they enter ventures with investors. This is a gain Ugandans should protect under the leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Abiona Francisco, UBC.
Indeed, mechanization is required in our backbone office, and that's the agricultural sector. Now, still in the business world, in a landmark move that champions collaboration over competition, Stanbic Bank Uganda and Pearl Bank Uganda have announced a major partnership that will see the integration of their digital wallets, that is FlexiPay and Wendy, being merged.
Under the partnership, over 1 million users on both platforms will now send, receive and pay seamlessly with significantly subsidized transaction fees. The two banks say this is a bold step in supporting Uganda's financial inclusion and digital transformation agenda. Stanbic Bank CEO Mumba Kalimfungwa described the partnership as a win for ordinary Ugandans, pledging affordable and secure transactions for women, youth, and farmers under the bank's positive impact agenda.
Today is not just about technology. It is about purpose, it is about partnerships, and it is about people. When two strong institutions such as ours work together, it sends a powerful message that when Uganda's public and private sectors pull in the same direction, the country wins and the Ugandan wins. Because you can now transact more easily, more affordably, and more securely. And this partnership directly supports the government of Uganda's digital transformation agenda and financial inclusion, and aligns perfectly with Stanbic's positive impact framework, especially our pillars on financial inclusion and enterprise growth.
PAL Bank CEO Julius Kaketo noted that Wendy has been instrumental in government financial programs, including the parish development model, adding that the integration will offer users wider access through a combined network of thousands of agents and merchants nationwide.
About to celebrate 2 years since we launched. The partnership with FlexPay is very timely. Ugandans now have greater convenience and access to financial services through a wider merchant and agent network. Wendy was designed to ensure that more Ugandans are included in the money economy and can transact, save securely, borrow and benefit from Wendy's countrywide financial literacy sessions, which are equipping Ugandans with the necessary skills to make better financially cautious decisions. Therefore, this collaboration is a big step towards achieving Uganda's National Financial Inclusion Strategy 2023-2028. Paul is our anchor at Uganda Bankers Association in terms of delivering the sector response to the tenfold growth strategy by government.
Rollout begins immediately with joint awareness campaigns, shared agent support, and merchant onboarding across the country. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Katamba, News Tonight.
Another entity that will be
And into sports, the 2025 Caring Heart Schools Premier League has climaxed at Bukisha Stadium in Wakiso District. Let's hear more.
The final of the Caring Heart Schools Premier League that was graced by State Minister for Land Sam Mayanja was between Liverpool in the red jersey against Man City.
Nti omupiira si kitone butone. Omupiira kati ye business esinga mu zonna zonna. Ndowooza wiiki ewedde waliwo omuzannyo omu yasasulwa over pounds meka wa billion number eza pounds.
It is a culmination of 2 years' action that featured 6 teams, all named after sides in the globally acclaimed English Premier League.
N'olwekyo tuli wano ebintu nga 2 okulaba nti talenti ezo zivaayo, ate n'okulaba nti talenti ezo ziri identified, ate zituuke ekintu ekifuunibwamu sente empitirivu.
These teams in the final were captained by sons of legendary Uganda Cranes players Godfrey Nyola and the late Obadia Semakula. In the boys' secondary school section action, Manchester City edged Liverpool 3-0 in post-match penalties after both teams ended scoreless in normal time.
This tournament, I think it is very, very, very important for us. Like, we get a chance to shine, to show our talents, and to prove to the world that Uganda still has football kids, that there are still talents to shine in Uganda.
The idea of this league was mooted by Pastor Paul Musisi, who is the director at the Caring Heart establishment that also ventures into ministering the Word of God, has a skills development center and a health center.
Our target is, because this is a project, it's not, I'm using football, I'm using sports to organize the students, the pupils, and everyone, because What I'm doing, I want to invest. We're going to give them like 50 million, all these clubs. But we want the managers and the committee of these clubs to sit down and come up with a project. We want these pupils or students to begin now. You can never be successful in life if you look into the future. You begin now. Success is now. So what we are doing as Caring Heart Schools Premier League is to start with sports and games and football and every kind of discipline.
Other teams that took part in this tournament were Aston Villa, Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United. In the girls category, Aston Villa won the secondary school girls section, while Chelsea edged all girls teams in the primary section. The Caring Heart Premier League is just a small component of sports at the institution, whose top teams in other disciplines like volleyball, netball and chess will be crowned later.
And of course, as we sign out, we bring you once again the contenders that went through unopposed. The one that just slided through was Anita Mong, a woman member of parliament for Bukedea, and she stands at the NRM ticket. And then next there is Thomas Tayebwa, MP Ruhinda North, again on the NRM ticket, went through unopposed, and of course for the parliamentary seat 2026-2031. And then Liliana Obiale, Paparu, Arua District, again the NRM ticket there, went through unopposed for the seat, the MP seat for 2026-2031. And then we do also have Emmanuel Natal Banya from Koboko, and of course he's standing in the constituency of Koboko, again on the NRM ticket. He went through unopposed, and he's one of the candidates that will battle it out in the 2026 elections. And then Ruth Rujoki Moshabe, woman member of parliament, Keruhura, contested, of course, for the NRM ticket. She also went through unopposed for the same seat, MP 2026 general elections. And then we also have Dr. Emily Kugonza for Bunyanja East County, NRM ticket as well. And then he also went through unopposed for the MPC 2026-2030. And then we also have Akumo Catherine. She's also on the NRM ticket. She's for the Older Persons MP Northern. She also went through unopposed. And that's all we had time for. Thank you once again for allowing us into your space. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. A very good night to you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be